So let us see what is the weightage from this economic topic is. There is generally from last 3-year paper analysis, you can see 5 to 6 question comes from economic in exams like SSC and NTPC. And what are the topic that is frequently seen in the paper? They are Indian economy and its feature, terminology of budget like national income, GDP, fiscal deficit and etc. 5-year plan, it's important, and Niti Aayog and Planning Commission. This all we have done, like this topic, that is 5-year plan, its importance, and Niti Aayog in a video earlier. Famous person in economy, institution and their importance like RBI, SEBI, etc. Money, banking in India, development of bank, monetary policies are under this. Finance Commission, taxation system like GST, poverty, inequality and unemployment in India. Foreign exchange, International Economic Institute, that is IMF, World Trade Organization, that is WTO and etc. And governmental reforms and schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and etc. So these are the important topic we need to learn in Indian economy. So today we will be learning the monetary policies and its role. So let's see first what is monetary policy. Monetary policy, or the demand side of economy policy, refers to the action undertaken by a nation's central bank, that is RBI, because India's central bank is Reserve Bank of India, to control money supply to achieve macroeconomic goal that promotes sustainable growth. What is macroeconomic? Macroeconomy is branch of economy that deals with overall economy of market system, not just the industry or something, but a overall market system. This monetary policy is broadly divided into expansionary and contradictionary. What is expansionary policy? So expansionary policy is a macroeconomic policy that seeks to boost an aggression, whereas contradictionary is, it is a policy, a monetary measure referring either to reduction in governmental spending, that is particularly deficit spending, or a reduction in the rate of monetary expansion by a central bank. Now, what is the role of monetary policy? It is to accelerate economic stability and full employment in restricted and even secondary in less developing countries. And the other role is adjustment between demand for and supply of money. Now, it also deals with control of credit, that is credit control. Now, let's see what are the instrument or tool of credit control or monetary policy. Instrument of monetary policy or credit control are of two types, that is quantitative instrument and qualitative instrument. Under quantitative instrument, we have bank rate. What is bank rate? It is a rate of interest at which RBI provides long-term loan. Remember, long-term loan to scheduled commercial bank without any approved security, that is treasury bill, cash management bill, dated governmental security, status development security and etc. The next is liquidity adjustment facility, that is LAF. What is LAF? It is a monetary policy tool which allows bank to borrow money through repurchase agreements, and it comprises of three things. And what are that? They are repo rate, that is repurchase option. What is repo rate? It is a rate of interest at which RBI provide short-term loan to scheduled commercial bank against approved security. This is, in this, RBI provides short-term loans to scheduled commercial bank. What is reverse repo rate? That is RRR. It is a rate of interest at which scheduled commercial bank deposit their surplus fund with RBI for a short period of time. Repo rate, RBI gives them short-term loan. In reverse repo rate, the surplus of commercial bank is deposited with RBI for short time period. Now, the third one is marginal standing facility, that is MSF. What is it? This facility came into effect on May 2011. The bank that are eligible can avail an overnight short-term loan up to 2% of their net demand and time liability outstanding at the end of the second preceding fortnight. So this is marginal standing facility. In this, the banks that are eligible can go get a short term loan, that too overnight, that is up to 2% of their net demand. After this, there is a corridor. In this, the MSF, that is marginal standing facility rate, and reverse repo rate determines the corridor for the daily movement in the weighted average called money rate. So this is corridor. Now let's see what is OMO, that is open market operation. These refer to buying and selling of government security in the open market, that is in the public, by the central bank. The central bank, by selling the government security, reduces the money supply by withdrawing cash balance from within the economic controls and thereby controlling inflation. So this is buying and selling of governmental security in open market by central bank. Now comes the market stability scheme, that is MSS. What is MSS? It was introduced in 2004. Here surplus liquidity of a more enduring nature arising from large capital inflow is observed through sale of short dated governmental security and treasury bills. The cash so mobilized is held in a separate government account with the Reserve Bank. Now come the reserve requirement, and it comprises of two things, that is cash reserve ratio CRR and statutory liquidity ratio, that is SLR. What is cash reserve ratio? It is the minimum percentage of the bank's total demand and time liability that a scheduled commercial bank is obliged to deposit with the central bank, that is RBI, in form of cash. And range of CRR, that is cash reserve ratio, is between 3% to 15%. Now, statutory liquidity ratio, that is SLR, it is the percentage of total demand and time liabilities that is not more than 40% of commercial bank that are to be kept with them only, and this is kept in form of cash, gold, approved securities. The range of SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio, is 15 to 40%. Now let's see what are on the qualitative. As we were discussing earlier was quantitative. So on the qualitative instrument we have margin requirement, and what is it? It refers to the amount of collateral security that a loanee is required to deposit with the commercial bank. This is the difference between the value of security offered for loan and the value of loan granted. So this is marginal requirement. Now, ratioing of credit. It refers to the credit ceiling that can be granted by commercial bank being controlled by central bank, that is RBI. And then comes moral pursuance. And what is this? This is, in this, RBI makes the bank adhere to the policy and directive through pressure, that is pursuance or pressure, to maintain a certain level of money supply in the economy. After this comes the fourth one under qualitative instrument, and it is consumer credit regulation. Consumer credit resolution is RBI issues oral a written guideline to the bank with regard to the down payment and maximum maturity of installment credit for purchase of goods. This is consumer credit regulation. After this comes the effect of inflation, like to reduce the inflation or to increase the economic growth, what should be increase in cash reserve ratio and other. Now let's see. Here is given the name of instrument that you can see here. There are 6, and to reduce inflation, whether they need to be increased or decreased, and to increase growth rate, yeah, given. So cash reserve ratio, to reduce the inflation, it needs to be increased, and to increase the economic growth, it needs to be decreased. Questions from here, it comes like, if the cash reserve ratio is decreased, so what will it affect in inflation or what will it effect be in economic growth. So if it is decreased, there will be increase in economic growth, and if it's increased, there will be reduction in inflation. So you can see similarly, statutory liquidity ratio, repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate, open market rate, all increases to reduce inflation and all decreases to increase economic growth. Okay, open market rate, here government sell the securities, that is selling of government security is done to reduce inflation, and buying of government securities are done to increase economic growth. So this is the effect of inflation. Now let's see what is Monetary Policy Committee. The Reserve Bank of India Act, that is in 1934 RBI Act, has been amended by the Finance Act of 2016 to provide for a statutory and institutionalized framework for a monetary policy committee, and this is for maintaining the price stability while keeping in mind the objective of growth. The Monetary Policy Committee is entrusted with the task of fixing the benchmark policy rate required to contain inflation within the specified target level. So the Monetary Policy Committee is required for fixing the benchmark interest rate in India to contain inflation. Now the Governor General of RBI is the ex officio chairman of this Monetary Policy Committee. There are total 6 members in MPC, and the member of MPC appointed by central government is for period of 4 years. So who appoints the member of MPC, that is Monetary Policy Committee? It is central government, and for the time period of 4 years. The committee comprises of 6 members, that is 3 official of the Reserve Bank of India and 3 external members nominated by the Government of India. The ex officio is Saktikanta Das. The Deputy Governor, he is Michael D. Patra. The Executive Director, he is Janak Raj. The members, now these are the 3 members. They are Professor Sri Chetan Ghata. He is the ISI professor, that is Indian Statistical Institute, not ISIS. The Professor Pami Dua and Professor Dr. Ravindra H. Dholakia. Dr. Ravindra H. Dholakia is the professor of IIM, Indian Institute of Management. These are the 3 members, and total 6 members of Monetary Policy Committee. With this, we are done with this, and any questions regarding this you can please ask in the comment box, and hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, share and comment. And yes, we also provide all the previous year paper of SSC exams like SSC CGL, CPO, Steno and etc. with detailed solution, and the link is given in the description box below. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for daily updates. Thank you.